Hey guys, on here we got our first teaser trailer for the new Chip and Dale coming to Disney Plus. I don't think this is a series. I think this is a film. Last thing I remember about this project when it was announced was that it was just going to be a mix of live action and CGI, which is just kind of par for the course with a lot of these here in the recent history. Definitely because they are chipmunks, it automatically makes me think of maybe it's going to be similar to what we've seen in the stylings of the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Hopefully better than those. But I'm curious to see how they bring this to life, what they're going to do with it. There is a synopsis here that I'm not going to read yet because we'll let the trailer speak for itself, and if we need any contextual information, we'll go and check that out. Yeah, I don't know who's playing the characters. I don't really know much of anything about this project at all. But I used to watch this show all the time, man, so I'm very curious to see what they do with it. I think it wasn't Disney Plus, but Disney in general, they did a really good job rebooting DuckTales. I thought they did a fantastic job with that. I still haven't watched the final episode because honestly, I didn't want it to end because it was just so good. Like with Cobra Kai, honoring like a classic 80s series like that and bring it to life and carrying on this legacy or whatever, being like the perfect example of like a continuation of like a legacy franchise. I think that DuckTales reboot that they had done is like the perfect way to completely reboot a series and do it justice and do it honor to the originals as well, man. It's really good, but I'm very curious about which side this is going to land on. So let's go ahead and check out the trailer. Here we go.
Real Hollywood story.
The hell?
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the show that defined a generation and turned two unknown chipmunks into international superstars. But a success.
I have that lunchbox.
Many more seasons of the Rescue Rangers.
We were living the dream, dancing the Roger Rabbit with Roger Rabbit.
No one ever imagined it could all come crashing down.
What?
You look different.
Hey, it's no secret I had the CGI surgery done.
Consumed by temptation.
My love of cheese got the best of me. I just love it so much.
Monterey.
More, please.
Is it possible that two living legends are destined to reunite?
I'm thinking reboot.
Nobody wants a reboot.
The Rescue Rangers!
You need a disguise or something. Grab the first thing you can.
This is trippy, man.
What?
Yeah, Disney does own that now, so it's not just a ripoff anymore. Scrooge! What the fuck was that?
This place looks weird.
Remember that animation style where everything looked real but nothing looked right?
Who are you?
Are you talking to us?
Obviously.
But it looks like you're talking to that window.
It actually looks like I'm looking right at you.
Okay.
Look at my eyes. Looking right at your eyes.
Yeah.
What the That cast though, man. What? I'm so fucking that shut my brain down. So like they had me they had me on board at least going this like fucking real story, this fucking VH1 special style documentary on these has-beens, I guess. And it having this Roger Rabbit kind of vibe to it where they are animated, existing with real people. So we see a lot of animated characters animate, even though they're clearly computer generated 2D images, you can easily tell, and I don't like that. But it is at least interesting to acknowledge that they're all animated creatures walking around in this world. And then I guess Dale has gotten this CGI surgery. Now he's CGI animated while Chip is still kind of 2D hand drawn. And there's this blend of that throughout the rest of the film of 2D style characters, 3D style characters and stuff like this. And then we have like, I guess they're walking through, I guess any kind of animated character exists in this world as well as like a member of society. So even like bad CGI animation creations like this Seth Rogen character that comes in here and the eye line is off. So he's looking at them, but to us, it looks like he's looking somewhere else. It's just there's some funny comedy to be had in that, as well as some of the really janky CGI characters walking around that just can't quite function or operate all that well. It's a very interesting concept. I know there's a lot of Easter eggs throughout. I know I saw Aladdin. I know I saw a couple of other characters floating around throughout this thing. Obviously, Disney now owns Indiana Jones, and Chip's stylings was based on that. But of course, they could never really reference that. But they can now. Literally getting him redecked out in his classic TV outfit after running through an Indiana Jones memorabilia shop. So that's kind of fun little way to play with Disney's kind of transition of IPs over the years. Yeah, man, it looks interesting. It looks fun. It's definitely not at all what I expected. And I'm just kind of curious, how do they describe this film? So I'm going to pull up the synopsis here. So I'm going to skip all the people. Actually, you know what? We can read the cast as well. But let's see here. A comeback 30 years in the making. A hybrid live-action CG animated action comedy catches up with our former Disney afternoon television stars in modern-day Los Angeles. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers premieres May 20th, 2022, exclusively on Disney+. So we have John Mulaney playing Chip, Andy Samberg playing Dale. We have KiKi Layne, no mention of who they're playing. The rest of this, there's no mention as to who these people are playing, just that they're in the film. But we also are going to have Will Arnett, Eric Bana, Flula Borg, Dennis Haysbert, Keegan-Michael Key, Tress MacNeille. Wait. So she's the voice of Gadget. So is she going to be playing Gadget or somebody else? Because they've changed up the cast for pretty much everybody else. So that would be interesting if they actually have Tress voicing like just somebody else. I mean, she was also the voice of Chip too. So, you know, it could be this. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do there? But of course, we got Tim Robinson, Seth Rogen, J.K. Simmons, Chris Parnell. Oh, there's no and here. The grammar in this is a little messed up here, but whatever. Yeah, so that's interesting. So the actual synopsis here. In Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale are living amongst cartoons and humans in modern-day Los Angeles, but their lives are quite different now. It's been decades since their successful television series was canceled. Okay, so Rescue Rangers was a show they starred in and produced. So then everything in the cartoon wasn't real, was staged, was a sitcom. Interesting premise. Okay, that's interesting. Chip has succumbed to the life of suburban domestics. What the hell? Chip has succumbed to the life of suburban domesticity. Is that actually a word? As an insurance salesman. Dale, meanwhile, has had CGI surgery and works the nostalgia convention circuit, desperate to relive his glory days. Oh, man, a lot of other people that do that kind of just flashed into my mind. Anyway, when a former castmate mysteriously disappears, Chip and Dale must repair their broken friendship and take on the Rescue Rangers' detective personas once again to save their friend's life. So we saw Monterey. We didn't really see Gadget at all in the trailer, from at least, unless I missed her. I mean, we saw Zipper. So I guess maybe Gadget goes missing. That's my guess. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting take, especially it puts a different spin on the show itself. But yeah, whatever. I'm down for it. I wish they could have, again, when anytime it comes like this, especially since they're doing like this adaptation where they're literally referencing the original show within this. I wish they could have had some of the original like people voicing it, you know? I mean, it's not like, yeah, let me still double check. I mean, yeah, I mean, everybody's still alive. Tress is still alive. Corey Burton's still alive. I mean, hell, both of Monterey Jack's voice actors are still alive. So I'm just like, it's just one of those things, since there's never going to be an actual person on the screen playing these characters. I was like, why? And I guess it's the celebrity draw, even though I feel like that's not as strong as it used to be. I think it would have just been better just to have, I can't say better, but I feel like it would have been a little more authentic just to have the voice actors do it. There's like no reason not to have the voice actors do it. But that aside, it looks interesting, and I'm ready to see it. It seems like it's going to be, it feels like it's got a little bit of that Wreck-It Ralph kind of vibe to it, where they're kind of running around and it's just like IPs and stuff, and especially if they're like going to be running around or playing with the nostalgia bits and having these conventions centered around nostalgia make a prominent appearance. There's definitely going to be this like meta level to it that I think might be interesting to explore. But that aside, you know, it's not just Chip and Dale that we saw in here. We also saw Scrooge. Who knows? Maybe there's going to be some other... Oh, it'd be so cool if we saw some other Disney Afternoon characters pop up. Like if we saw Baloo from Tailspin or Darkwing pop up. I mean, we saw Scrooge. We saw Aladdin. There's Indiana Jones, the store, or whatever, popping up in here. It's just going to be one of those weird things where, who knows? It could go the Space Jam route, or they could do this in a smart way, like Wreck-It Ralph, but we'll just have to wait and see, guys. What did you think of the trailer? Was the Chip and Dale part of your morning routine back in the day, as it was mine? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials are down below. Before we go, I want to shout out to channel legends: Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, Emo Slytherin, and Melita. Thank you guys so much for your support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.